computer. Okay, great, Tom. So let's get started with the demo of our auto trading ERP system. We call it as an ERP because we cover all the aspects of the business. It's not just an accounting system or a CRM system. Rather, it takes care of all the 360-degree, of the car business, right? So the first thing we are getting started is a CRM, because in any business, customer matters the most. And so we have built a CRM system where, in used car business or in any auto trading business can actually, maintain all of their car inventory, all of their new leads or the prospected clients they are getting in, right? And then obviously they can qualify them and convert them, right? So right. The first thing which really matters for any used car business is managing their inventory, right? And this is what we have done. So we have built an inventory module CRM, which is synchronized with Zoho Finance. Okay, so here we have managed to do the entire inventory process, right? So what happens is in a used car business is typically there is a seller and there is a buyer, right? So we have the seller module and we have the buyer module, which is customers. Okay, so what happens is, let's say a customer is coming to sell a car, so you can quickly create his car profile in the system. Okay, so you can add like car VIN number, car model number, mileage, all of the fields which is available here. We're not going to add the entire details right now, since we already have a lot of records, because it requires all the information to be filled in. You can also attach the images of the car. So let me just give you an example of an existing record which we have already filled in the details. So here, let's say this is a car. So we have also done a bit of like customization in terms of how the module looks like, right? So you can see the picture related to the car, the main primary picture of the car, and then all the details are here, right? If in case you want to edit, then it gets into the edit mode and you can update whatever information you want to update. Okay, and you can upload multiple images. I think you can upload up to 10, 15 images right here. Okay, and then obviously you can update all the pricing related details here. So this way, what happens is the car gets created in the system, and everything else is also linked with the car itself, right? So let's say now you received a new prospect, and this prospect is coming through website, or let's say coming through a phone call or maybe other channel, right? So here you can simply record, let's say Mr. Test Buyer. So we can record his detail. We can also type if the buyer is a company, is a business or an individual, right? So is this a B2B, or at some time, maybe a company wants to buy a car for themselves, right? So that is also possible here. If you select company, then we also enable one more option where you can type the name of the company. Okay, but most of the cases it's individual who is buying, so we can type in, so you can put the number, you can put the email address. So let's say test buyer at onecloud.a, and then you can also define the lead sources. So let's say there are some we have got some standard lead sources, but you can always we can always customize this module based on the requirement of the client. If they have their own lead sources, we can easily customize this as well. So now let's say this was a prospect who came in, and now he has been stored in the system. Okay, so like let's say in one day you may receive like 10-15 inquiries through phone call, through social media, through Google search or anything, right? So you can keep creating, so you know how many inquiries are being received, right? Because any business want to know how many leads or how many prospect customers they are generating. Okay, so now from here you can always make notes. You can, let's say if there is a special requirement this customer has, so you can always make notes here. We can save these notes, and then If in case, let's say he's interested in a particular car which you have, so you can also select he's interested in, let's say, 2 cars right now. So you can always attach these cars, so you know that, okay, this guy, when you were talking as a salesperson, he was interested in this, right? If in case you want to send any email, we can also synchronize the email, and you can directly send email. Let's say it's a test email. And by the way, we can have your signatures and everything integrated here. So right now we don't have signature, but the signature can be integrated, and you can send the email to the customer directly from the CRM itself. So you see this now, the email has been sent. Okay. And you can see how many emails have been sent, right? If in case you need to collect any document from this person, maybe his personal ID or anything which you want to, give to you related to this car transaction, you can always attach all the documents. Okay. Let's say now the next thing which comes in, the customer says, hey, you know what, let's give me a call next week, 10 a.m. Okay. So you can actually schedule, so you do not forget to do business with this customer. So let's say he wanted a call tomorrow at 9 a.m. And you wanted to get a reminder like 10 minutes before. So you can also define what's the call purpose. So let's say you want to negotiate the price, need to discuss about the offer, and you can schedule now. Now you see that there is a call has been scheduled. So the system is going to give you an alert tomorrow that you need to make a call to this customer. Okay.
Okay.
Same way, you can also set up meetings. Same way, if in case, let's say there is any task needs to be done, so we can also create a task. Let's say the task is related to need to prepare the car or need to repair the car. Okay, so you can define whatever, and when do you want to get this task done? So you can choose that this also needs to be done tomorrow. Who is going to do this task? You can also assign it to the other person in your company, and reminder, when do you want to send them the reminders? You can also do that, and you can notify them when you assign the task, and you can save it now. Okay, so this way, now you can see like you can create some tasks, you can create some meetings and calls just to make sure that you know that what you need to do on this particular record, right?
Right.
We have a couple of other integrations as well in terms of Zoho Social. If you want to know who this person is, what his social profiles are, there's a way to manage that as well. We can track their Facebook and Twitter, and we can know, like, because Facebook and Twitter is an open profile, right? If you want to follow him, and so that's also possible. We just need to put these two URLs, and the social is also possible. Then we have Zoho Desk. If in case the customer responds to the email which is sent, it can come to Zoho Desk. And then we have Zoho Survey. If in case, let's say you need to collect any information about their preferences, so you can actually either send a survey, you can, or take a survey, right? We have not configured any survey right now, but this is more of a data collection platform. Okay. If in case, let's say certain users do not want this service, so we can always remove these sections. So whichever section they don't need right now, we can always take them off. Okay, and we can save it. Yeah. So now the CRM becomes a little more lighter. Maybe let's say there is no need of even having the socials. Okay. Anyway, social, I think we need to disable it from the configuration. So. So this way we are going to manage our leads. Now you see that this lead has a green box in front of it, because this means there's a certain activity which needs to be done, which is in future. That's why it is in green. If you're going to come back tomorrow, it will show you as orange. And then if you're going to come back day after tomorrow, and if you have not completed, it will show as red, because it has already passed the due date. Okay.
Okay.
So now the next thing which you have to do is you will, let's say now this seems to be a qualified customer. He is interested. So you can mark them as qualified. And as soon as you do the qualified lead, we have a workflow which automatically converts this to a customer and to a deal. When you say customer, that means only the customer profile. He has not yet paid. You're still working out the deal for him, but he seems to be interested. He seems to be genuine enough, right? Okay, then we have these stages of selling a car. It's a new opportunity of sales. Then you have either the customer confirms the booking, or you make the delivery, or you just mark as close loss. Let's say the customer was interested, but somehow he backed out. Okay, So you can also lose this. But let's say the customer says that, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and do the booking. So you can always confirm the booking. You can ask them, how is he going to make the payment? Is he going to make the payment through cash, or is he going to make the payment through finance, right? So let's say the customer is going to make through finance, then you can even have, you know, some kind of tie-up with the bank where you can send this customer data to the bank, so the bank can give a call to the customer and you know, arrange the finance, and you as a car dealer can get the commission on that finance deal. Again, you need an approval from the customer that you will be sharing his contact detail with the banker who gonna give you assistance related to the financing this car. Yeah.
Right.
So now we have moved to the booking confirmed, and now let's say the next option is we can actually send a quotation to the customer. I think before we make it booking confirmed, we should have actually sent a quotation. If in case, let's say the company has multiple branches across different location, so you can always select a different branch, okay? Let's say which branch you're selling from, and then because we have configured this system as per the UAE configuration, so you can also, there are some, this is related to a tax, so you can also select which state you are selling from. So we can always configure based on, you know, the local geography. If in case, let's say we are selling this solution anywhere, so we can always do the configuration based on the law of the country, right? Here, if in case any reference number, if the quotation is valid for a week, you can always do that. And now you can actually select the car which the customer is planning to buy in. So let's say this is the car which you're planning to buy in. Even though it is not in stock, you can still offer a quotation and then you can buy it from the seller. Okay. So from here, you can now click and send. So when you do save and send, the system automatically generates an email. You see this now, it puts the pricing. It shows AED, but anyways, we can anytime change the currency based on whichever location the customer is getting this solution for. So that's that can be configured very well. Okay, got it. So what we have to do is, because we have enabled the signing process, so the estimate needs to be signed in before we send it to because it's an internal approval process which we have.
I see.
So now if you're going to go back to the books here, because this is more of a finance function which is integrated. So here right now, this is the function. Now you can sign estimate, and you can actually use your signature here. So this is basically somebody who has an authority to sign in. They can sign this. So I have so like I'm the authority right now, and this can be, this is now signed in. Okay. And now, since this estimate has been signed in, now you can actually send it to the customer. Okay. So that was more of an internal sign from you see this now, it says signed, and now you can send email. Okay. So now basically it's customer's turn to sign in. So this is more like a contract of it's like an offer contract, right? Where the customer now can receive an email and they can also sign in. Okay. So what I can show you is, I'm not sharing that screen right now, but I have received the email, but I as a customer, let's say, will sign in right now. And then I'll come back on that screen. So I think you'll no longer be able to see it, but let's say I accept and I do a signature and I type my email, testbuyer@onecloud.ai, sign and accept. So, okay. So what I have done is, as a customer, I'm not sharing that screen right now because we are only sharing one screen for the demo purpose. So let's go back here. If I refresh as a customer, I signed this agreement. And if I refresh this, then I can see that it has been accepted. Okay.
Okay.
So once this is accepted, I as a salesperson can actually go ahead and create it as a confirmed order. Okay. And I can also see which date the car needs to be delivered. So let's say the car will be delivered tomorrow. How that needs to be delivered. Is this going to be customer self pickup or delivery by customer? How is it going to happen? So it's, let's say, customer self pickup. Customer is going to pick up the car. And then we're going to just save, and we can also save and send this sales order to the customer, which is an order confirmation that he has placed an order for this car. Okay. And now we can send this. Okay. So once the order is placed, now it's time to raise an invoice and book the income. So you can actually click on raising the invoice, and everything gets automatically pre-filled. So you don't need to do it from the scratch. Okay. And then you can just save and send. Okay. Now the invoice has also been raised. Now basically it's your finance job. The sales job is finished now. Now it is the finance job who is going to okay, so the invoice
again
signed.
yeah,
because that's again an internal process. I think one of the customers looking to have a process where they want to sign. So we can actually go, because these are financial documents, right? So they want to have an internal process of signing, so, which is basically more like an approval, and only the person who is supposed to sign will be able to perform the signature option. Now this is signed, and now actually your finance can send an invoice to the customer directly from here. You don't need to go to CRM for that. And you see the invoice is digitally signed. And you can just send now. Okay. So now the process of sales is complete in terms of receiving a customer as a lead, preparing the quotation, getting the quotation accepted, generating the sales order, which is confirmation of the order, raising the invoices. And then now your finance can actually go ahead and record the payment. Let's say the customer is now making payment. So let's say he's making cash payment or bank transfer. You can select whatever option is, and you can just record the payment now. So the payment has also been received right now. Okay. Now what happens is, so from the sales side, because there are multiple departments involved in this, right? So salesperson job was to taking the booking, prepare the offer, get the order, or maybe raise the invoice, right? And now once that is done, then you can actually see that if you go to your sales order process, you see that the order for this car or this particular order is now you receive the payment. Now we need to prepare the car for the shipment. Okay. So you can actually mark the car as delivered if you want to, or you can create a package. So create a package means you're getting the car ready for delivery. Okay. So you can actually create a package here and you can save. Okay. And now once the car is delivered, you can just say, or you can actually ship it if in case, let's say you are sending it through your own courier or anything, or if the customer is coming, then it can be marked as delivered as well. So since we have created the package, we need to go to the package and we need to ship manually, and we can say here the courier is self pickup, and now you can say shipment is already delivered, and this is the time the customer has picked up the car, and the customer also receive a notification that the car has been picked up, and then save. Okay. So if you're going to go back to the order here, everything is super organized. You can see this now. It's done. Okay. So the car has been now delivered as well. Now what you can do as a salesperson, you can now go ahead and you can say delivery made. Okay. And you can put the total amount, what the amount the car was sold. So if in case you want to pick up that amount, you need to update this manually. You can say this was the amount the car was sold for. So you can say delivery made, and the total deal value was this much. Let's say I'll remove this code and then the save. Okay. So this way, what happened is you have closed the deal. Okay. And yeah, everything related to this is all here. Now, if you're going to go back to home, you will see on your dashboard, like what's happening, like if there is any deal which has been created, how much revenue has been done. Okay, this was the today's leads because the lead has already moved to the deals. That's why it's not showing, but you can see the deals in pipeline. So this is a dashboard which again can be customized. We have done some basic dashboard based on, whatever we understand about the industry. What are the cars they have, how many numbers they have, what's the brand of each car, right? So all of that information is right here. Do you have any questions until here in terms of maybe understanding the process or any other information? I walk you through. Yeah.
Yes, one question. So you handle the shipment in the book screen. But in reality, I think the salesperson will take care of the self pickup or around the shipment. So is that possible? The salesperson also can do the same operation as the booking side did?
Well, in this case, we need to give them the access to the book, only to the sales order module, so he can create that. But eventually, this is because usually in a decent amount of, let's say, somebody who is a good car seller, they usually have a team of person who is managing what, right? There's a finance person, there's a dispatch and delivery person, there's a salesperson, there's a procurement department. So we can actually design the access. If the salesperson is supposed to have a certain level of access, we can only give him access to that's possible.
So I just wonder.
No, that's pretty much possible. So don't worry about that. Anything else until here?
What type of Zoho license do the customer needs to purchase if they want to use this template?
Okay, so what we are using is basically we are using Zoho One, and the good part of using Zoho One is you get everything included. If you're gonna go and get only the CRM, that is little more expensive than Zoho One, because Zoho One is more like a bundle offer where you buy it for all of your employees in your company, and it has all the applications. So currently we are using Zoho One, and the pricing differs based on country to country, but usually it goes to anything around $35 to $45. So depending on how you are paying, if you're paying monthly, then it is $45 per month per user, and if you are paying yearly, then it comes down to $35 per user per month. Okay, again, the pricing is something which is dynamic, so I'll not be able to comment, but I'm giving you kind of like a rough estimate. But what we are using for this template, we are using Zoho One as a backend subscription. And which I can show it here also, that we are using Zoho One. Okay. Yeah. So now let's move towards the online. If in case, let's say someone is interested to also have an online presence of if they want to connect their ERP system with the online, then we also have an option where we use the product of Zoho called Zoho Commerce, and that's where you can actually set your commerce platform, and we have a template which is set up for the cars. And here we can actually have a website where user can come and see what cars you have. We can also have some kind of categorization, so they can see the car by category, by brand, and all. So that's pretty much possible as well. But at least you are building your digital catalog, so you don't need to enter this entire data all over again. Usually companies have a dedicated staff to do it, but if you do it in your system properly, and if you want to publish this car to your e-commerce platform as well, so you see this now, here is an option if the car has been published to e-commerce or not, right? So so it makes a perfect sense if in case somebody is also looking to have an website which can give some kind of inquiry process. So you can have your telephone number if somebody is interested, if they don't want to buy it online. I mean, let's say placing the order online. I'm not saying buying online, but you can always place your order because it's a big value transaction, but there is no issue placing an order. So you can actually say continue checkout, and you can place an order which is cash on delivery. We are not charging anything like an online payment or anything. So you can use the cash on delivery process for that. Okay. So you can complete your order very easily that this car you want to buy in, and so this actually solves the Zoho Commerce solves the problem of creating a website and then managing that website. Rather, you can use Zoho Commerce and we can provide this template, and automatically all the car data gets filled up directly as and when you add a new car and which you want to publish to your website. This is a very basic template right now, but it can be customized based on the need of the client. We can add videos, we can add so many different features. So there's a possibility of customizing the options.
I see. So this Zoho Commerce, this is provided by Zoho Commerce?
So Zoho Commerce is already a part of the Zoho One. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't need to pay additional again. They only have a pricing if in case the orders are being processed online. Okay. Then they charge a certain percent commission depending on, you know, what volume you're doing. But this is something I have to get a confirmation. Is this for the online order or it's for the offline orders? Okay. I do not have a clarity right now, but I think, eventually people are not going to buy cars online at this stage because it's a big value. But you can always get the order placed, and then you can always, you know, inquire about it, right? But certainly any e-commerce platform have some kind of, you know, because it's a self-managed, it's a fully managed platform, right? Not self-managed. So this means all of the information here is auto-managed. You don't need to manage a server. You don't need to have a developer. So everything is all here. Zoho has a pricing model. If in case they are bringing an order, if the order is coming through your website, they will charge certain percent. Like it depends anything between, let's say 0.1% to let's say 1%. Okay, depending on how much volume you're looking for. Okay. Yeah. But it gives you a ready platform. You know, it can put all of your cars and everything, but that saves more money than you having a dedicated website person uploading, downloading images and all. So I think it has a long-term benefit.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was more on the commerce side. So what we covered today is in this demo, we were able to cover, you know, how you can make a list of all your inventory process, how you can create new customers or the new leads, how you can qualify those leads and then put them into the sales cycle, how you can proceed further, qualifying that customer, getting the booking confirmed, sending the quotation, getting the order, raising the invoice, and then obviously receiving the payments in the finance, and then making the delivery in the finance, right? So we covered the entire sales process here in this demo. Okay. We also covered a bit of e-commerce, that whatever inventory you're doing, and if you're using e-commerce platform integrated with Zoho, all the cars which you're publishing, which you have in your inventory, can actually be shown on your website. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and then we have. Then we have in the finance section, we have the full finance department management. So you have your entire sales cycle, which we covered through our CRM. Now you have the purchase module, where you can create all the sellers profile, and then you can record all the expenses related to the cars as well. Okay, you can place the purchase order for buying the car. You can receive the car when the car is purchased. You know that this has been received in your warehouse or in your showroom. You can create the bill for those purchase orders, and you can make the payments. So it covers basically the entire process of the buying of the car, because if you are a car trading business, you are buying cars as well, right? So we are pretty much covering the entire purchase process as well as the sales process. I'm not getting into the detail of creating the purchase order and all, but we have a module where you can create the seller profile, you can raise a purchase order for buying that car, you can receive that car, you can create a bill, make the payment, and the purchase cycle is complete, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So this was more of a quick overview. We are not going into detailed training kind of mode, but this was a more quick overview of the platform, how Zoho can help digitalizing your used car business. Okay. So I think for now, this is enough to have it as a demo. If in case someone is interested, we can have a dedicated demo and answer their questions. Right, Tom?
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
I will be sharing this this with you. Thank you.